that, just like that, gentlemen, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Saturday to you. If you haven't tapped in with us before, you were tuned in to the We Outside. The We stands for World Epidemic Outside. That's what it comes down to. There's a lot of craziness going on in the world, and we're going to have some conversations about it. We always bring you a special guest. It is about put the guns down, mental health awareness. So, I mean, we couldn't ask for a better and more privilege for us guest and Rudy C, aka Big Rut, founder, creator, runs the United Players. People, we are definitely going to talk about that. 2 decades plus, if my research serves me correctly. Lots going on, Rudy. Especially with what you got going on in the Bay, and you've done a lot of things too, bro. So we're going to definitely talk about them. But my brother, we thank you, King. It's a privilege. It's an honor. To speak about United Players and what that means. So with that said, I'm going to hand the mic over to you. Just let the people outside know who you are in your own words and what is the United Players.
Yeah. So first off, peace and blessings. Thank you for honoring me and with the kind words, right? You don't often hear kind words these days, especially from men to men, right? And so I embrace that and I think that, United Players is actually 31 years. It'll be 31 years as of October the 8th coming up, man, in probably like 10 days, something like that. And so we'll be 31 again. Before we even get there, I got to give a bulletproof shout out to my brother right there, Donnie. That's my brother, man. If you can't notice, man, me and him, we twins, man. We identical twins, you understand me? You see that there? Man, I love that cat right there. I ain't gonna kill nothing for him. I make things live for him. You know, I can't say I kill something for you. No, man, I'm gonna live for you. That's how much I love you, homie. I won't ride and die for you. I'm gonna ride and live for you. That's a cat right there, man. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I love you, Don, in real life. And so, we here, United Players. I'm honored to be here. I'm humble, and whatever, man, that I can share, and whatever I can go ahead, man, and bring forth to hopefully, man, inspire anybody. I don't care, man, if it's that picture behind you, man, with them people in it. You know what I mean? I want to inspire something. That's what I'm here for. And so, United Players Violence Prevention Organization started October 8, 1994, 31 years ago.
Man, a huge history, and I know that like anything, right? There's ups, there's downs. Where did it begin? Where did it begin for you, Rudy? Why was this something that really spoke to you as far as you just felt that feeling that this is what I got to go out and do. This is my life going forward.
So here, so to begin, this got their own versions, but this is my version of it, and my memory is pretty good when it comes to something that's real. And so in 1994, I got hired as a gang prevention counselor at a community center called Bernal Heights Neighborhood Center. Now, we're out here. You see that hat? It say Frisco.
Yes, sir.
Right. Shouts out to everybody, man, in Frisco, the whole Bay Area. How about that? There's 11 districts in San Francisco. There's 11 districts. It's like different neighborhoods, 11 of them, right? This is on the map. I live in District 6, which is the South of Market Tenderloin area. But where I got hired, like I was sharing you, was District 11, which is Bernal Heights area. Bernal Heights, Edale, Lakeview, right? All that area. And so I got hired over there as a gang prevention counselor. Mind you, I just recently touched down, right, from out of jail. And so I was looking for work. And when I was looking for work, I wouldn't get hired because I'm a felon, right? It'd be hard. People wouldn't hire you once they found out I was a felon. And so there was a friend of mine, but he was an older dude. His name was Dennis Shabungan. He worked at San Francisco City College. He found out I was going in and out of jail, right? Because I was slipping in and out of jail from 1987 to 1997, 10-year run, right? But this is in like now. The dude Dennis Shabungan said, "Hey man, I know you, Rudy, since you was a little kid. There was a center called Canny Kip. They used to be in my neighborhood. You remember that dude? Candy Kip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, 705 Natoma Street in the South of Market, District 6. I used to go there as a kid. So Dennis was like a counselor at the center, Candy Kip. Anyways, I got older. He heard that I was getting in and out of trouble or saw me, and he said, hey, man, I can get you in the San Francisco City College. There's a program, chance program, extended opportunity program services that helps cats who was going in and out. And so he remembered me as a kid, and he said, man, look, you don't want to go back to jail. I can get you in the program. We get you priority registration, free books. You're going to get educated. And this was the key word. You're going to get paid. I said, for real? You're going to give me some money? I said, man, fuck being broke.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck being in jail. And so I said, all right, show me the program. It was all the way live. Instead of being around 5,000 men, this city college, San Francisco City College, had over 5,000 women. You understand me? And being the player that I am, I said, I'm going to be around the women. I ain't going to be locked up with all these dudes. So let me go ahead and take it. So he hired me to be the outreach worker at the EOPS to start getting guys and women like me who was going in and out of these jailhouses, right? And that's where, hey, Doom, that's why I met Stomp Down JB, Fat Rat.
Is that right?
Man, shouts out to Peace. James Bailey Jr., Fat Rat. You know what I mean? He the one who put this, you know, he had the isms. He the one he gave around the world. You know that word sprinkle me, that 40 had, E40, that song?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, JB sprinkled him with that. And 40 says that, man, all the way around. I love E40. That's my brother. My Sahab. Shouts out to E40. You know what I mean? Ambassador of the Bay. So I'm up there and they making me do deliveries. And sure enough, while I'm up there, I see a sign that says Filipino Gang Prevention Counselor. I swear to God, this is on a board at City College. It said on the wall, Filipino Gang Prevention Counselor. Right. And I looked, I said, and I'm working, remember, for the EOPS, but I'm only making like 15 hours a week. And it said Filipino Gang Prevention Counselor. And I'm looking at that sign. I'm going, shit, that's my job right there. I'm Filipino, not gang bang. I got to apply for that position. 45206-2140, extension 139. I swear to God, though, on everything. That's the number. 31 years ago, I called that number, Mauricio Vela. He said, come on in. Now, that's in District 11, Bernal Heights. I was telling y'all. I went through. He asked me 2 questions. Mauricio Vela, may he rest in peace. He said, man, have you ever been locked up? And, you know, every time I say yes, I don't get the job. But I'm figuring, man, you know, this right here is a gang prevention position. I said, yeah, cool. He said, last question. You know how to speak Filipino?
Nope.
I lied. I said, yep. You're hired. I speak a lick of Filipino, right? And that's one thing I regret. And I'm learning, though. You know, I got my, you know, yada yada, what's up? All the Filipino language I'm learning. You understand me? Mahokita, all that. You know. And so, boom, I got hired. So they sent me to go find all the Filipino gang members. Left. I'm born and raised right here. You see what it say?
So you're already locked in at that point. It's funny. It's funny. I had one of my Facebook memories came up today. Today, 11 years ago today, I was in San Francisco, bro. I had one of the best breakfasts that I ever had in San Francisco. This little small hole in the wall place. I can't recall the name of it, but I remember that they make a reverse omelet with like cheese and hash browns on the outside. Crust that up, put all the meats and whatnot.
Hey, let me tell you, man, I'm buster free from the sucker free. You understand me? Straight up. You see that, man? I'm repping. Yeah, from the sucker free.
Yes, sir.
And so, man, everything else. When I went to, I knew where they was all at. When he asked me to go get all the I was gang prevention, Filipino gang counselor, Balboa High School. That's where they was all at. And so upon being there, that's where the big fight started between all the Filipinos. And it started off, I'm telling you, with the blacks and Filipinos. And there was a Samoan dude who used to be around. He was from Compton. he was going to bow. His name was Deuce. Deuce Strong. Shouts out to Deuce Strong. When the blacks was all fighting each other at bow because there was a party there, they was fighting over a girl. They took the fight outside. And then when they was out there, they was all finna get into it. They was standing on a Filipino dude's car because, you know, you want to see the fight. You know how you got to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And a Filipino dude told the Oos, he said, hey, man, get that dude off my whip. That dude Deuce went over there and snatched that dude off the car. Bow! Fired on him, took off on him. And that's what started the big riot, the big melee between the blacks and the Filipinos, which started October the 8th, 1994 at Balboa High School. Look it up, man. It's on the record, on the newspaper. And now fast forward 31 years later. Come on, man. You see what God does.
Man, ain't that true? What do you think's been one of the biggest challenges, like in general along the way? Maybe that like constant challenge, especially because it's a nonprofit. We talk about it in these conversations all the time, right, Dooney? In the sense that like when you do something nonprofit, it's not sexy, right? Like everybody wants their return on investment. The majority of, anyways, right? But just using that as an example, and I'm not saying you got to speak to that. That might not be your biggest challenge, but just in general, what do you feel has been the biggest challenge for 31 years and continuing to push the movement forward?
So the biggest challenge for 31 years for me is the same thing that keeps driving me. It's death. Right? This is and I don't know about other, you know, there's other different ways people run nonprofits. But for me, it's happening to bury a kid.
Mm.
When you see, man, these babies in this box before they time, that right there, man, you know, it shakes me to the core, because when you build a relationship with some of these young babies and you see the potential that they have, and they get killed before they time over some senseless shit, and you go to their funeral and you see them in that box, that's the thing that makes me want to quit. But at the same time, Mike, Dooney, that's the same shit that make me go hard in the paint.
Yes, sir.
I want to see these babies in that box. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Dooney, would you second that? Because I know, and I asked specifically your insights and thoughts because I know all the work that you've done and continue and will continue to do for the community and specifically the youth, bro. Like that's why we have these conversations out here every single week, multiple times a week. What's your additional insights that you can offer to what Rudy had just said, or maybe another challenge that you just see in bringing, greatness to the world when there's not really an investment per se, right? We always talked about it last week with respect to sustainability, right? Like the bag is just about being able to sustain our livelihoods for the people that want to come out here and bring great things into the world, try to help the next generation. So I'm curious, Dooney, what insights that you have on top of what Rudy just said.
On top of what Rudy just said is, you know, just like we have us that won't change, you have those that don't want it, right? You have people that profit off of death, right, in our community, and abroad. So the challenge is the pushback from those that don't want the change. But that's what get me up, is those babies in a box. Cause I tell people all the time, bro, I like to do the work, but I like to do the work with, those with a pulse. The work I'm doing is helping you change while you're here. I don't do the work after. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to motivate me to continue to touch every child that I see and speak and make eye contact with every child that I see, bro.
Straight up.
Despite the parent, despite whoever, despite where they're from, I don't care about none of that, bro.
Well,
But
and
I
you know
want
what
to
that
make
means.
that eye contact with that child, bro.
And that's one of the first things I remember when I had a conversation. One of the very first times I had a very lengthy conversation with you over the phone. You had been outside working with a young king at the time, and he had said to you, you know, because you were out there smiling at people that you didn't even know. And that's, you know, a year plus later, that's how I know you completely and whole to be, right? The eye contact is important. It's extremely important for that next generation as well. And, you know,
My
making the
twin.
right, making the right connections, right? Making the right connections.
And when we say that's my twin right there, Mike, that's how Rudy pushes.
Bro, exactly when he
Like
said it
pregnant.
earlier, that he's like, if you don't know, we're twins. Like you could tell, and that is from that energy and that frequency, right? So sticking with that subject, I'm curious for both of you, Rudy. We're going to come back to you real quick, and then Dooney, I want your thoughts on this as well. What are the biggest things for you when you're welcoming some type of collaboration or partnership in general, right? Someone that wants to help you along the way, whether it's they have a resource or something of value to offer. If it's not outright, what is needed for nonprofits, which is sponsorships, donations, so on and so forth. What's important to you, Rudy, when it comes to just working with the right type of people for the foundation of the mission that you are out here, you know, for ultimately you and United Players at that.
Well, I would say this is that not everybody is cut to do the type of work that we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dooney, see, he's a humble cat, but he's one of God's warriors. You understand what I'm saying? You
Yes,
choose.
sir.
You don't choose this; it chooses you, right? And a lot of people want to get in because they want to glamorize the lifestyle when the sun is shining or the cameras is on. Nah, man, the warriors fought when ain't nobody looking. 365 days. See, this is a movement. This is not about a moment. And when something pop up on the news, motherfuckers want to get on board. Nah, man, I've been doing this shit. Y'all talk about gun violence. I've been doing this shit. I've been a survivor of gun violence. I done pop motherfuckers before. I've been on both sides. I know what it is. You don't want to get involved. You got people, man, when they see, we just got $25,000 from one of the biggest rappers on the planet, right? NBA YoungBoy.
Yes, you did.
You understand what I'm saying? I was getting, you know how many of my phone was going off the hook? Because they want to get it
I could only imagine.
before
I
that.
could only
Motherfucker
imagine.
got before that. You understand what I'm saying? But all of a sudden now you wanna get on board with the United Players. Nah, man. So this is not a glamorous job that we do. This is not even a job. This is a lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing my best to make peace fashionable. And so who do you think is most qualified who want to do it? Like-minded people? Brothers like that dude right there, Dooney, who's been there, done that, who done walked the hot rocks of Baghdad barefooted and been through the gridiron. You understand what I'm saying? In order for you to cure disease, you have to have had that disease. I had the disease. You know what I mean? And so you got to get people, man, who are passionate, people who care, and people, man, who understand what's really going on when it comes to the battlefield out there in them trenches. You understand what I'm saying? And that's called the spirit of love. Hello.
And it's that
That's what
simple.
change you it. See, you get me pumped up on this shit when you talk about this. I'm so passionate about it. 31 years, man, I'm still fired up. And
As you should be.
podcast with y'all, whatever you call this thing we doing right here, I'm going down on the Lake Merritt with the hunkster, the with
Yes,
Fab,
you are.
and I'm gonna have my boots to the ground. You understand me? This is my boot, my foot. You understand what I'm saying? Boots to the ground, 10 toes to the floor for real.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Serious about this. You asked me that question earlier, Mike. You understand me?
Yep.
Challenge. This is the challenge. You got to be willing to die for the cause. I'm willing to ride and die for this thing, man. But now we making peace back. I want to ride and live.
Yes, sir.
And so, man,
Yes, sir.
that's it right there. You know what I mean? I want brothers and sisters, man, who's down, 10 toes to the ground, who's really passionate about it, who's serious about this, to be a part, because this ain't no game. God don't choose no suckers. His work.
Right. Right.
You
Dooney,
understand?
what's that saying you live by, Dooney?
God don't make no punks.
And he don't take no days off either, right?
And he
Like
never take days off, bro. He never take days off.
It's Bible. that wrote the book, right? The Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. They was cats up in there, man. They was some straight gangsters. You understand what I'm saying? Look at that dude, Paul. His name was Saul before he was up out there in the battlefield, but he, man, putting in work. You talk about Bible out there putting it in, and God transformed him to see the light, to make him understand what being a soldier for God is.
It's something different, and you've clearly been living that. And I fully feel how you put it before when you were like, "Yo, you are chosen, you're anointed." That's really what it comes down to, and how you put it with respect to, you know, putting the work in is really when you're doing it behind the scenes, when nobody knows what you're doing, what's going on, what your challenges were. And that's what Hunkster was saying briefly last week as well. He goes, "Hey man, like, you know, being able to make it through the most challenging of times," since we were talking about challenges as well, bringing it back to that real quick for a hot second. Like, you have to have a belief in yourself. You have to have the faith in what it is that you're doing and the energies around you. In a way that nobody else will, right? And in a way that nobody else will, because at the end of the day, even if they see it, they don't really see it the way that you see it, right? And that's a large, I know for a fact it's a large reason of why you are 31 plus years strong. You've been able to connect to the frequencies in the universe, as you had put it earlier, that you are meant to have those connections with, right? Because I said it last week. I was like, yo, you have two basic foundations in this world. You could be the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop where people are just going to lick at you and bite at you until they get to the center of that shit. And then they're either going to swallow you or they might not like the taste and they're going to spit you out, right? Or you could be the center of your own universe and let that come to you. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on how you just walking and setting that path, and how things have just come to you for the authenticity that you are doing for yourself, for the community, and this message and this organization of United Players as a whole, bro.
On it. Come on, hey, so watch this. Every man has a destiny and purpose on this planet in their life. I'm very fortunate that God has blessed me to be who I am. I'm a united player, man.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I unite players. I unite real people to come together for the common goal of bringing peace to this planet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Blessed
sir.
are the peacemakers, for they'll be called children of God. See, this fight that we're in, this struggle, this is the fight between good and bad. It's the principalities, man, you can't see. It's a spiritual warfare that's going on. There's real demons, man. There's real demons. And they come in forms like us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spoke on it, man. You got united players, then you got united haters. You dig what I'm saying? And it's our job is to make sure that we get people woke. Because at the end of the day, you guarantee two things. You're going to have to pay bills one day, and you're going to have to die.
Mm-hmm.
I know where I want to go. I want to go to the boom boom room. I'm a man destined, man, to bring as many people as I can to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, brother. That's where I'm at with all this. This is a spiritual warfare, and God chooses his people to do his work. It ain't no coincidence, accident. I fail where I'm at and do what I do, or you having me on this podcast to speak on this. Because guess what? I almost didn't wake up to this morning. I'm trying to get on, and that's the devil, man, trying to keep this message from going right on to the people's ears. Whether, man, there's 1 million listeners or one person listening to this podcast. You understand what I'm saying? This is our mission. This is what this is all about. Getting that one person, like Tupac said, to spark the mind. It may be not you, but it may be that person, man. I may spark that young kid's mind to change this whole world. That's our purpose. This is my purpose, to unite real people to come together, man, for the empowerment, man, to overthrow all these demons on this planet. As they hear, you got the good and the evil. This is started way before my time, before your time, before Dooney's time. But we're chosen ones, and our job is really, that's what this is all about, man. This is big shit we doing right here.
It's
You know what I mean?
it's so true, and how you put it there too, right? Like, for people that have that belief in the higher power, and the belief in God or whatever it is that they believe in when it comes to that energy and that higher power in general, right? Like if you believe, I love how you put it, right? Good versus evil at the foundation. Because if you are going to have a belief in, God, higher power, good, great, whatever you want to call it, well, then there has to be a belief in the devil, darkness, and every.
Hey, Mike, this, bro. He
Yes, he
exists.
does.
See, the devil, his job is to kill, steal, and destroy. You understand what I'm saying? And he's been the most player hater ever. A hater man doesn't know you. He just knows what you do because he wants to do it. But he really doesn't know you. He tries to take your position. And that's what he did way back when God casted him out of heaven. Right? Because he was up there at the players' room. But he got kicked out the players' club because he tried to take over the real ultimate player. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so his job before he even flew down, where they kicked him out the club, bow, get out of here. They kicked him out the door. He was one of the DJs up in there. He used to usher in music. And so you think about some of the music they play today, right? He knows how to trick people. He's been doing this. And he knows what to do and how to get you to get to your weak point, to put you back to being a demon. I did demon shit before. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I was never no gangster, no thug. Rudy was never that. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't have to catch no life sentence. You know what I mean? For me to understand and know that was wrong, because I always loved God. Man, come on. You know, I love God. And there's times in my life where I've seen so much, how he saved my life and brought me back to where I'm supposed to be, who I am. And there's a lot of people probably, I know, man, dude, you probably supposed to been dead. You dig what I'm saying? You remember all the times, man, that we then went through. But guess what? God still got you here, and there's a purpose until you complete that mission. You understand what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I keep telling people every day when you wake up,
Man.
you wake up with two gifts every day, and that's your eyes. Like you're here for some reason. Because I'm with you, bro. Like we are anointed. We are here to walk a path. And that's what we can do. Just continue to walk it, even in those darkest or most challenging of times, right? I was telling Junie a story yesterday, bro. Like on Thursday, I said an out loud prayer. I was sitting right here on my couch behind me, and I was saying an out loud prayer. And I was like, and I just asked for grace of 30 days. I was literally just asking for 30 days of time, right? And I said, will you show me a sign? Couple hours later goes by, right? Me, wifey P, and our daughter Jupiter are sitting at the table. And she's like, yo, the lights are on outside. I said, what are you talking about? And I look out, and there's these lights on our deck, bro. Battery operated lights that are in an off position. They've been outside for like 8 weeks, haven't been turned on. They've been rained on, sunned on, the whole nine. Haven't been on in 8 weeks, bro. Tell me why I look outside and those lights are on, bro.
That's crazy.
They stayed on all night long, and then they were off in the morning, bro. Come on,
man. God is a light, brother. Don't forget that. You know what I mean? He's the brightest light. I know, man.
It's so true.
And I seen the light, and I seen the hell too. Hey, let me ask you something though. What's that background you got back there?
Yeah. So that's all my wife's artwork right there, bro. My wife is an artist herself. She does a lot of different mediums, but that one right there is one of her original paintings. And then she's got a bunch more on the wall over there too, bro. She's got a lot of stuff.
Well, what is that?
She just did it. You talking about the painting itself?
Yeah, what is this? Like, it looked like, man, outer space.
She just did it kind of, she just started doing, bro. She just is a very authentically minded and open-minded artist. So she just started doing one day, and just it's a bunch of, they almost look like flower petals that are kind of like melting in like a Salvador Dali type of effect. I don't know what she would call it. She would just do it, bro. I'll definitely.
Beautiful. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man, that shit is fly, homie. I feel like, man, I'm in outer space when I'm speaking to you.
I'll let her know, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, Wifey P did that, bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hey, I'm letting y'all know, man.
No, I think he's having bad connection problems. He might hit me up on the line.
No, that's
but yeah,
that's the devil trying to block his game.
Man, and that happens to us a lot here, bro. And it's funny when we're not talking about this stuff, we never have that issue.
That's
We
why, man,
never
I'm
had
telling you,
that
man, I
issue,
almost
bro.
missed out on this blessing right here. I almost missed out on this blessing. I swear to God, man. Trying to get on, it was kept stopping me and stopping me. But lucky I got somebody who knows how to do this thing, man, and got me on. Otherwise, I'd have still been playing with this phone trying to get on, man.
And that's
You know
where
what I
that
mean?
strength in numbers comes in, right? And the teamwork and the message. Dooney, you were going to say something, bro, because I know you were
I got
dropping out.
technical difficulties, man. This phone keep cut. I mean, this stream keep cutting off, bro.
Hey, Donnie, that's the devil trying to stop you from getting your blessing. Anytime two real
Man,
motherfuckers get together, that he gonna try
hey,
to clock block. You heard me?
you already know that ain't gonna never happen.
Come on, man.
You
You
feel
cannot
me?
stop, man, what God already ordained, bro, on
Mm-hmm.
everything.
I ain't
So
even gotta
true.
speak because when my brother speak, he speak for me. So this one of these
Oh, you're
conversations, I
kids,
he
bro.
can be
Man, come
silent.
on.
You know what I mean?
When I see you, I get fired up, homie. You know what I mean? When I see you, I get fired up.
And
Yeah,
it's, I
man.
love that you said that, bro, because no different than we were talking about being around the right people who want to do the same foundational things and have that same foundational beliefs. Like Dooney and I had a conversation last Sunday. I've just been in the funk for a minute, right? And he was just like, yo, from what we were talking about just a few minutes ago, as far as just having that somebody, that accountability partner, somebody just to like on those challenging days, be like, bro, remember who the fuck you are, yo. Like you're so and so. Go. And he did that to me last Sunday, bro. And this week has been a turnover of a new leaf, right? So how do you feel that those type of people, like the Doonies in our world, I'm literally and specifically using him as an example, when we have those challenging moments, or you said earlier, one of the biggest challenges is like, fuck, man, do I want to keep on doing this type of shit, right? What do you feel the importance of having a Doonie in your life? How much easier does it make it? Let me ask it that way. When you're having those most challenging times where you're just like, yeah, I just want to throw the hands up and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And I would say this: having somebody. See, there's nobody on this earth like yourself or
Mm-hmm.
Dooney. Once you tap into the potential of who that person is that God has connected you to be with, right? Like you and your wife. You understand what I'm saying? That's meant to be.
Yep.
It's the winning recipe, and especially when you're on the same page, on the same mission. You understand what I'm saying? And when I know me and Dooney, we go back like for real. We go real back. Remember I talked to you about Cannon Kip when I
Yep.
was a kid? That's what Dooney was at. He was way out there. His family and my family go back like a hot bowl of grits for real.
I was
You
Mm.
understand
born
what
in
I'm saying?
Frisco, man. I'm a
Come on, that's
Frisco
where he's from.
born
And look,
baby,
after
man.
all these years, he was gone. I'm talking about decades in the penitentiary. Him to come back, and then we see each other, and I'm doing this now. That's meant to be relationship.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? And when you got brothers like us, they are hooked up together. Man, come on, man. That's like, man, Batman and Robin, Bruce Lee
It.
and Kato, or all that. You
Huh,
understand what I'm saying? We meant to be, brother.
huh.
You can't deny that. And we may not always see eye to eye, but I love that cat. You can't
Mm,
always, the person that you love, you can't always agree with them and everything. Nah, he won't disagree with me if the shit is wrong, and I'm gonna disagree with him if it's wrong. But we don't check each other, we correct each other. And I
That's
love
called
that,
love.
man. I swear to God, man, this dude is the real deal, Holyfield. He doesn't know how many people, not only behind them walls or outside these walls, brag about him. I brag about that
Wow.
dude all the time. You
Wow.
understand what I'm saying? And he's sharp enough to know to what he needs to do to save lives. Can't nobody go harder in the paint than him. Ask anybody that knows him from the prison yard, man, what he used to do on them fields. Come on, man.
Huh, man.
And I ain't even lying. I ain't even lying. Whether it's a baseball field, on a trenches field, or on a football field, or the hoop court, come on, man. Or the
Uh,
battlefield.
uh,
Shit, say less.
God's child, man.
Come
God's
on,
soldier,
man.
man. You know.
Man, hey,
Uh,
this is where I want to be with you, though, Dooney, and you, Mike. And don't forget this. I want to see y'all up in the boom boom room when it's all over. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to be,
right,
and we're going to kick it up there because
right.
all your treasures, Dooney, is being stored in heaven, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get loud because I'm passionate about this. I'm one of them Filipinos. I'm a gorilla Pino. You understand me?
Uh,
I'm a real gorilla, man, when it comes to this. You see that? Woke
Yes,
up with this
sir.
on this morning.
And something you said there, right? It's the belief in everything that you do. You got to play everything you do in life the same way. You got to bring the same passion every single way. And I
Yep.
know that's exactly why you're here where you are today and doing what you're doing. Same thing with our brother Dooney right there, bro. Like, again, like it's the mindset, right? Like the first time that he ever told me, he's like, yo, bro, I was never in prison. I was in a monastery, bro. And you, if you look at it from the standpoint
And
that, you know, that
your mind be free.
ding, ding. Ding, ding, because we've talked about it in these conversations before, right? Like it might have been Angel the other night. Shout out to Angel and her husband Doug from Wednesday night. You know, she had put it in the standpoint that, like, you know, look at it from this perspective. There are people who are not behind walls, like Dooney was in the monastery. Other people have been, you know, behind those walls in the monastery. Never have seen that monastery, but they've also been a prison because it is of the mind and it's that mindset.
Man, hey, the biggest institution is your mind, brother.
Mm.
I know a lot of cats that are locked up. They are freer than they is outside. And I know a lot of cats, man, out here on the streets, they locked up still. And they can't bust a grape in a fruit fight. You understand what I'm saying? They can't even throw no rice in a Chinese wedding. You understand what I'm saying? And here they is, right? 2025 going to 2026, right? Our job is to make sure we get these babies on the right foundation so they can make a choice and understand what's going on out here, because we're losing a lot of them. So, Brother Dooney, who's a beast, he's an eagle, right? On the battlefield when it comes to these birds. When it's time for him to go, he gonna boom, poof, fly away, and he gonna be a dove heading to heaven. You understand what I'm saying? Because all birds ain't meant to be caged up. So why he was gone all that time, and God cracked them doors for him. And I know you know, Don, there's a lot of guys in there who need to be out here fighting that good fight with us.
For sure.
Come on, man. They coming
That's
home.
what is my mission, man. And I wish I could help more and be more in a position to spend more time helping my brothers get out, man. Because
Hey, Don, hold up. Come on, man. You get me pumped up when I see your ass. Do you know, man,
there's
how long Dooney was gone? And then he goes right back up into the penitentiaries.
31 years, turned right around back in and was like, let me back in.
Hey, he be bringing cats who come out the gate. He'll go swoop them up
Every
and
week.
pull up, and they'll jump in his whip. And you know what Dooney will do? He'll bring them straight to the Players Club.
Yes,
And I
sir.
ain't gonna say no names. Them guys you've been bringing, man, they've been out here beasting.
Come on, man. Come
You
on,
brought them
man.
straight to my door. Man, I
God's
get
soldiers,
goosebumps as I
bro.
speak about it. I'm talking about Damus, Pyrus, Keyways, 415,
All my partners.
BGL, North, South. He brings them, man, right? White boys, he brings them to my center, out from the gate of hell. He brings them to the Players Club, and they get the proper introduction of what UP's about, and they've been banging with us. I swear to saving lives.
Man.
I
About them
swear to God,
babies,
dude, you
man.
don't even know how many people you done brought to me that's on the battlefield now helping these kids out, homie, and making impact. I'm gonna be with them today, walking around the lake.
We was them babies, Rudy.
Come on, man.
We were all them babies, bro. So we gonna put, inside of every grown man, there's a baby, right? There's a little boy, right? And we did the best we could to survive and protect that little boy inside of us, bro. And so when we get out and we understand how to protect that little boy, it's our job to protect those other little boys out there, bro.
Hey, so watch this. Now, when I'm speaking, I'm here. You know, when them cats is coming out them walls, they went in, right? Probably had the mindset of a kid, is a baby. And one of the most dangerous things is a grown ass man with a little kid's mind, to me. But when they get out, they figure out and learn who they is as a man. And so when they're coming out, they had that mindset of a baby coming out. It's like them being reborn again. You understand what I'm saying? And so you're bringing this guy who had that childlike mindset with the grown man now out. And when he's coming home, we have to nurture him. We got to love him. We have to guide him again, like he was as a kid. And we embrace him to the community.
Arrested Development.
Holla.
We come out as grown men,
Out, player.
but we went in as children,
somewhere, man, to
as
be.
teenagers.
And
So there's certain things in prison that we're never going to get the experience that we can only experience out here in the free world.
Hey, check this out, homie. Yesterday, I was kicking with homeboy Zoom, right? Zoom, shouts out to Larry Roberts. He's out. After 55 years, he got home. He's only been home 1 month now. 55 years, 41 of them was on death row. He was on the road. Out now. And we embraced them doing it yesterday, right? And another cat who did time with you brought him. So when you letting guys come home, they're doing the same thing. And so they brought Larry to me. Yesterday, man, we had one of them fat ass sandwiches. You know what I'm talking about, with all the meat in it. And man, we out there chopping it up, kicking it, having a good time. You understand me? And so what you have done, brother, is nothing far from a miracle from God. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing. We're doing God's work. This is God's plan. This is God's work. Because you got guys now who did decades and decades, 25, 35, 45, and even 55 years behind them walls that are out now, Mike, who are giving love to these people and educating them and guiding them. But the real cold part of it is these young kids that we have, as young as elementary, is actually the one who's showing these older men now how to live and how to love. You understand what I'm saying? The kids are healers and they're medicine. We not really, man, we're helping these kids out, but they really helping us out. When I first started this thing 31 years ago, man, I didn't even like being around kids. But I find myself around them every day. I got 150 of them every day. Monday through Friday, man, they be Uncle Rudy, man, what's happening? You understand what I'm saying?
And that's what it's about.
They be having me
that's what it's about. The young kings and queens and setting that next generation, right? Like you were saying earlier, you know, from what Pac said, that very famous saying, like, I may not be the one to change the world, but I might be able to change the mind of the person that does change the world. And that's what it comes back to what you're talking about earlier, that we're here to walk our path. And whatever is to be is already meant to be. Like, we just got to walk to it. And one thing I've been telling people lately too is, like, you can't, because it is energies, right? It is frequencies. You got to meld with the universe. You got to work with the universe, because a lot of people out here, in my experiences anyways, that I've seen, that try to force things, or they try to like outright fight the universe. Yo, ding, ding, pro tip for y'all here. And I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. Yo, you will not beat the universe. You are never going to beat the universe. Like, you gotta melt. What are your thoughts when I say that, like, specifically? Because y'all are both very strong-minded individuals making hella dope things happen here in the world, right? But do you subscribe to let's just call it a hot take for today, right? Do you subscribe to me saying that you will not beat the universe? Do not go ahead with the universe because you're fighting a losing battle and doing that. Rudy, what are your thoughts on that? And then Dooney, I want your thoughts on that too, bro.
So if you look at the picture behind you, that's what I was asking you that question. With that's the universe right there. It's beautiful, right? And you know who created the universe? It's God, God. And so when God creates you, he made you perfect in the image of him, of who you're supposed to be in life. You can't fight that. The devil would try to clock block and make you, because God made you to perfection. He already knew who you was before you was going to come out that womb, but he spoke it into existence. And so every man across that board, and God, your master, he made the universe. He runs everything, but he gives time just for you, little old me, to listen to me. Because he's not that busy. He loves everybody equally and the same, despite him being all that. And so you cannot challenge you. You are who you are. You just got to continue to love you, because you was created from love. And some people come from harder situations, you know, because of the poverty or the mental ill that people put upon you. But guess what? God already knew that the warrior he built in
Mm,
you can get through that.
mm.
You understand what I'm
Yep.
saying? He knew you could fight through that. Some people, man, they can't take it and they jump off that bridge because that's the devil tricking their ass and tell them, nah, you're not worthy. You're not all this. But look at the people we talked about, man. Some of the most prolific people, not only in the Bible, but in life, that who has made it through these trenches and see, man, what they're doing, man, for mankind now as a human being. So the fight is against you. The challenge is against you. You understand what I'm saying? Who was that, a dog?
Yeah.
He heard me.
Huh.
You feel me? He heard me. That's why he said, that's what I'm talking
You
about.
hear me? Come over here.
Shit.
Come over here.
Come on, man. It's you. The biggest fight is you. Believe that. Once you master and love who you are, everything, man, is gravy. It's copacetic. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let the devil trick you out of your
Because
shine.
it's so easy. It's so easy for that to happen. Dooney, your thoughts on not fighting the universe and what Rudy was saying about it being you versus you, which we subscribe to. I tell people all the time, it's me versus me. I got it tatted right on my hands, bro. So I subscribe exactly to what you're saying there, Rudy. Dooney, what are your thoughts, bro?
I just never seen anyone run into a brick wall and it turns out well for them.
Mm,
So if you can't physically run into a brick wall and defeat it, you damn sure can't defeat the universe, bro.
Say that then.
I'm just saying, I mean, you can you're fighting a losing battle whenever you fight against God, bro. You're always gonna lose that battle, right? And then when we talked about the universe, that is why good is always going to prevail and it's always going to overshadow evil, right?
hmm
Because it's God's presence, bro.
Yes, it is.
There's always going to be the presence of the devil, but there's always going to be more presence of God, bro, because he's in us. And us that recognize it is that shine. Those that don't is that darkness, bro, is that devil, bro.
Come on, man.
And we always gonna shine and we always gonna prevail because we are God's children, bro. And when we recognize the God in us, we recognize and love the God in everybody else, bro. So the battle is understanding who you are and the God in you. Once you understand that, then you can love other people. Until then, bro, that brick wall is waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at Dooney now. He's shining. You see that light that's
hmm
right there?
Yep.
That's God.
Man,
You dig what I'm saying? You
come
shining,
on.
player. And you know what, man? I don't
Mm,
have no hesitations, man, to give my brother right here his flowers. Because I want to make sure I get your flowers while you still here, homie. Because I don't know, man,
likewise, dude.
you did. But while you alive, I'm
I,
gonna let you know, man, how beautiful, man, you are, brother. How amazing soul you are. You inspired
I
so
appreciate
many.
that,
The
man.
roughest of the roughest, man, who come home are still with me now, and they bringing life.
Mm.
I'm gonna give you just one, okay, if you don't mind, because you remember that brother you brought over there, man, down to San City. He did 39 years. He was from L.A. His name was
Mhm.
Snowman. Brought him
Mhm.
straight over there, dropped him off, man. That cat right there, man, is doing his thing in San Francisco now, helping out kids, helping out the community, keeping women
Mhm.
safe, keeping children safe and elderly, and he's really and he's coming to church to our service all the time.
Mhm.
He's gonna be walking with me
And
today
that's the
around
thing, Rudy.
stopping the
Uh,
violence.
and that's the thing, Rudy, man. If I can if I can keep all these brothers to myself and help these brothers in the way that you are out there, I will keep them. But being that I can't, I can give them to my brother that's gonna give them the same thing that I would give them, bro.
100.
So I have to bring them to you because I know they need that love, bro. They need to know they love just because. They need to
Man,
understand, come coming out them stoops, bro, you love just because, bro, because you know we find out who,
Mm,
right? And when you come home and you get embraced like that, it's hard to deny real love.
That's what
It's
I'm.
a
That's what.
feeling, it's an
That's
energy,
what
it's a
I'm.
light, it radiates, bro. So when I bring him to you and I say, I mean, I already know I'm laughing when I say, hey man, I'm gonna take you and take you to my bro.
And that's the
Because I
player.
already know what they finna get.
Bro, that's so amazing how you put this because the player in everybody knows. You know how to play your part on a team. That's like having a hoop team, right?
yep.
Right. Everybody plays their position. As the point guard, you ain't gonna be trying to be the guy who's trying to get all the rebounds all the time because you got to bring the rock down. And so you play your part. And when you get them dudes, you brought them to me because that's what your mission is. You're bringing love to me. You understand what I'm
All the
saying?
time.
And so we understand and know the position that we play and the people that we bring. See how they say hurt people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heal people. And
Mm-hmm.
we got to make sure that we surround him with the
Mm-hmm.
love. You should see him. He be kicking it with my son now, though, Dooney. He be hanging out with my son,
Come
Chop.
on, man. Come on,
Him.
man. Come on,
And
man.
so, brother, I thank you, man, for what you do. You know what I mean? For humankind and helping out, man, this planet be a safer and better place. And we go through it all over here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
We go through it on Earth because you got to remember we already got the victory, though. If you a believer, right? Like I told you from
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, brother. He already won. The devil's defeated. And the devil's job now is to kill, steal, and destroy because misery loves company. And so he's going to try to bring as many people as he can down with him while his little time is here. You understand what I'm saying? The devil is the most ultimate hater. And so our job is, man, to keep shining, do God's work, and know we already got the victory. I'm a believer, man. And so, hey, man, I can't stay on the phone too much longer, though, because I got to get to the lake.
No, you're all good. You got the walk with the Hunkster one today, so I know
Yeah,
hopefully it's gonna
Yeah.
be a beautiful weather day
fast,
out there for you,
little
bro.
D, you know what I mean? The Little D Foundation. Shouts out to all my brothers in the town, everybody in
Hey,
Frisco
hey,
who's
Rudy.
doing it out here. You know what I mean? Us for us. My guy, Project Level with Big Rich and Damian Posey, who does Us for Us. There's so many programs. West Bay, the oldest Filipino organization, man, the west side of Mississippi, just celebrated 57 years, though, Big Mike.
There
We're
you
all
go.
out here, man, in the trenches, man, helping out the community, bro.
And that's what it's about, bro. The young kings and queens in the future of humankind, bro. Of humankind. And we ain't gonna hold you too much longer so you can get out to this peace walk. But Rudy, I will say this. I'll let Dooney have some final thoughts, and then we'll certainly let you share any final thoughts that you want. Truly, bro, it's been a privilege and an honor to have this conversation. You were already a We Outside family member before you even came on today with how you move and being locked in. But we're family now, bro. This is your platform as much as it is ours. Nobody owns this shit, bro. This platform is one for authenticity and bringing people together, as you mentioned earlier, right? So anytime that you ever want to come on, bro, let's just make sure if you got something to share, and I know you're always going to continue to have something to share, bro. Our home is your home. The door is always unlocked, bro. You ain't got to knock. You just got to open that motherfucker, bro. So thank
Hey, he just
you.
gave me the
And I
key, dude. Y'all just gave me the
damn
keys,
right,
man.
bro.
Thank you.
Man,
You
it's all love. It's
you
all
Part
already
two,
know
love.
we
what it
need
is,
part
bro.
two.
Man, and a third and the fourth. We're gonna talk. We're gonna definitely
Because
talk.
hey, because
Dooney, any
check this
final
out.
thoughts?
We ain't
Go
even
go
got
ahead. Go
into the
ahead.
gun we ain't even got into the gun buyback shit.
Nope,
Feel
we
me?
have
That's what
not.
your show's
So
called, right? We
Mm-mm.
outside,
Nah.
right?
yep.
We ain't
Put
even
the
got
guns
into that
down,
part
mental
yet.
health
And that's finna
awareness,
come
bro.
up in
So
December. You dig what I'm
So
saying?
you're welcome up for part two, part three. We're locked in. We're linked in, bro. We're gonna talk. There's things that are gonna happen that we might even not know what they are yet, bro.
Okay, hey, here, let me just ask you.
I got all the
Hey,
pictures
Dylan,
from
let
you.
me ask you this quick question so I got you on the horn. What size jacket you wear?
Large.
Large? I don't know. You kind of yoked, man. I don't know. Oh, you might be.
Yo. I know it be looking like that, man, but I'm
Okay,
that little yo.
large.
You feel me?
And then on here, right here,
It just
see
be
right
looking
here.
big.
What do you want to put right there?
Huh?
What do you want me to
Yep.
put right there? You see that? What do you want to put right there, Donnie?
Let me see. I
You know
can't
the
see.
chest part right here? So mine will say Big Root, right? Somebody else gonna have something else. But I need to know what you want me to put on yours right here.
Ah,
Text it. Think
the
about it and text it
prophet.
to me. ASAP. Because I got a Christmas gift for you, homie. I want to give you. You understand me?
All right, man. We keep losing him. See, it's the devil at work, bro. But
Yeah,
we're gonna win. That motherfucker's gonna know one day to stop knocking on our door when it comes down to it, bro. Rudy, like for real, bro. I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to get to the walk, but we're locked in, bro. I appreciate you. Everything that you do every day for 31 plus years that you're gonna keep on doing this, and the way that you're bringing the community together and saving lives. And yeah, there's a part 2, a part 3, probably a lot more parts coming with you, King. So all love, all respect, and there's gonna be a day when I meet you in the physical, bro, and I look forward to that.
God's work, God's plan, baby.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Man, much love,
thank you,
man.
Dooney. Hey, Dooney, text me what you want right here on your chest.
Okay, for sure.
All right, name, and then it's large. Okay, I got you. Hey, I love
Man,
y'all,
it's your
man.
pleasure,
Yeah,
man.
love you too,
Love you
bro. Be
too, bro. We
safe.
be in touch.
All right,
Yes,
damn.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Dooney, don't go nowhere. Dooney, don't go nowhere. Um, we'll just kind of finish things up here, today at the end of it. But bro, like, and I know when I get to meet a person like that, and you've known Rudy a lot longer than I have, bro. But like, when you popped off at one point, I'd asked him the question, what does it mean to you when you have those challenging days to know that and I use you specifically because you've been that for me. What is it like, when you have a Dooney in your life, right? So I'm gonna ask you, what's it like with the mission that you do and being out here, how you do it for the youth, for the future, to ending violence, ending a whole lot of things, including, putting people into a more positive mindset, right? What does it mean to you to have a Rudy in your corner on those most challenging of days where you're just like, ah, man, this is just really hard today, bro?
For me, it's a jolt of energy. You know, when you feel like it's getting hard, you feel like giving up, you feel like quitting, you feel like just saying, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to have brothers that's in the movement that I know is really in the movement, man. And I see it, bro. I feel it. It resonates. I'm able to draw from that, bro. Whether I talk to him or not, just thinking about him and what he does gives me that energy to and that strength to just keep going, bro. Uh and I know that what I do isn't in vain, bro. Uh it's a trip. I'm I've been living in Sacramento since 78, 1978. I was born in Frisco, right? Uh Raised in Hunters Point, Sunnydale, Fillmore, like Geneva Towers, all over the Bay, right? Even Myrtle Beach, right? Uh, but my influence or my touch is broader than Sacramento, bro.
Yes, it is.
So, and so is his. His is in Africa. His is in other countries, bro.
Yep.
Rudy and people are sporting their United Players gear in other countries, bro. That's what I aspire to do, man. Is to go and meet people in other places, bro, and try to light a candle, so to speak, a light in another country, some other state, right? Bigger than Sacramento, bro. That's what I'm
and
coming to find.
and I think that's dope that you said it that way, right? Because it's got to start somewhere, right? And it will grow from there, because and it takes time, right? Like Rudy said today, 31 years, October the 8th, bro. And for anybody that knows Rudy and United Players or follows him enough to know, man, he's been able to have the influence, or let me put it this way, he's been able to influence other individuals just how you described, outside of that San Francisco and Bay Area, right? I mean, Africa, other countries than that, and we lost Dooney. We'll bring Dooney back, but he's been at the White House. So, it's not like, one day he just woke up and was like, yo, because of this United Players movement, which again, United Players, that's exactly what it is. That he woke up one day and he's like, because of XYZ, and I just started this, I'm gonna end up at the White House. Nah, not the case, right? Dooney, I'm talking about right now, how, like, Rudy has been to the White House before, right? And the people that his influence has started to carry across. Like, he didn't wake up one day, start this, and then that happened next week, right? When we talk about 31 years, I think people have to have a great appreciation for that in a way that they might not have today, because this has been going 31 years strong, and that effort, that going in those days that we just talked about a few minutes ago, where you do feel like just saying fuck it, I'm gonna give up because this is too much, and then having a Dooney in your life, having that, that beautiful light in your world of the belief in that higher power and that God and the universe and the energies and frequencies that you're putting out there, helps you through those challenging times, right? Getting to the White House didn't happen a week. That took years and years and years. And whatever somebody's win ends up being, because sometimes we don't even know what our wins are going to be, right? Sometimes it's not even meant for us to know exactly what our wins are. But Dooney, your thoughts on just taking that long path that people don't want to take out here. What benefits do you think, other than what I shared as far as the example, with Rudy there, what do you think the benefits of taking that long, unsexy path out here to normal society? Speaking on the importance of taking that path.
I think if you look at it as I'm gonna be doing this for 30 years or for 10 years or for 5 years or for 3 years, and you know what that work consists of can be discouraging,
Mm-hmm.
right? So for me, it's like it's easier for me and for Rudy as well, because every day we just wake up and do God's work that day. And then it just adds up to 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I can't say I'm gonna continue to try to touch everybody I ever come across, right? In a positive way, uh, for 30 years. It's just something I wake up every day to do. And it just ends up being 30 years. So I think you should just wake up every day to be the best version of yourself. And those years that add up, and that time will add up for you. And you won't be discouraged, right? You won't be dismayed, right? Because you'll stay focused on the present, which is today, and that's all we have. And we just
Mm-hmm.
need everybody to stay focused on today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about talking to that kid or helping somebody tomorrow. Help somebody today, because you may not have tomorrow, right? So I think if we think from that perspective and stay out of God's business and stop trying to project what we can't project and stay in the moment, which is what God gave us, uh, we'll get a lot further, bro.
Completely agreed, bro. Completely agreed. I think that's well said. I think that's well said, because we have to control what we can control. Because no different than Rudy said earlier, bro. Like, everything's already there for us, and like we talked about it, we just got
Mm,
to walk that path that's laid
mm,
out for us, because that's what we can control. It goes back to the conversation that we had earlier about, you should not think that you can go up against the universe, because that's the wrong place that you're putting that energy in. No different than you were saying, would you continue to run into a brick wall? No. One, because it's not getting you anywhere, and two, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to replenish the energy that you need to keep walking the path that you're ultimately on, right?
man. If I could, if I could be the Rock Man and just running the walls, just like the Incredible Hulk, and just be busting down walls, and I'm gonna get a new body after I do it, bro. It wouldn't be no walls in the world, bro. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
knocking them all down. But being that I'm mere mortal, bro, I'm not running into no walls, bro. I ain't doing it.
Gotta run around them. You gotta scale them. You gotta take that big view to figure out, how can I get to the other side of that wall. And that's exactly how you move. That's exactly how Rudy moves. And that's really what our conversations are about, man. Like, how can, if we do see that proverbial wall in front of us, or obstacle or challenge, all right, well, like, how can we get this done? And in some cases, it might be, another part of our team member, like Rudy was talking about, the importance of having a team, like, because we are in this together. If you're on the level and energy and frequencies of people who are similarly and foundationally aligned with your train of thought, and understand what their purpose is, like you do, like Rudy does, no different than like a Terry or a Suave, and the overall movement of let's being against gun violence. Let's check mental health in a way, and let's educate ourselves as much as we can, or the people around us, certainly the young kings and queens that we're out here speaking to, and just the kings and queens in general, who might need a little hope and faith to say that we can do this. But in some cases, you have to realize that you can't do everything alone. While it's important that you go out and walk your path and walk your mission, I think you have to understand sometimes realistically that sometimes you are not meant to walk that path completely alone, right? Like, I'm a firm believer that we were not put on this earth to be alone. Hence why there's 8.2 billion motherfuckers walking the earth right now, right?
It would be only one person if we were meant to be alone.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
There'll be one person on this earth who was meant to be alone.
It's your path, but other people might be here for certain steps of that path. And I don't see anything wrong with that, because that's what it's meant to be. That's why there's the saying, strength in numbers. That's why, there's a saying, it takes a village, because, you are there to play your part and role, like Rudy said, but, no different than he referenced, like you did on Wednesday, the point guard position in basketball, bro. Like, that's the point guard's role, to facilitate the ball. It's the centers and the power forwards there to foundationally rebound the ball and kick that back out. And let's let the point guard get that ball moving again. That's why we have a shooting guard, because not to say the point guard isn't going to shoot along the way, but that's not your primary role and responsibility. The primary role and
Nowadays, they
responsibility.
got
Well, yes.
if you watch basketball, they got kids thinking the point guard has to shoot from anywhere without they done set up the team being set up in position to rebound his bricks or whatever. He just feels I can just shoot. Um, and that's one thing, bro. Like I can say I'm most proud of. I don't think, and I play basketball, football, baseball, soccer, volleyball. I play every team sport, bro. Right. And I've never had anyone not want to be on my team, not want to play with me, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to want to be a team player and be willing to play your part and not play every part. And if you want to do that, then there's golf, there's tennis, there's those kind of sports where you can go and be an individual, right?
Yep.
But in this life, bro, we have to be team players, bro. We have to be willing to be team players and playing our part. And what's happening in our communities and in this world is people are not playing their part. Everyone's trying to be killers. Everybody's trying to be pimps. Everyone's trying to be whatever, right? Uh, and it's not turning out well for them because they're going away from their authentic self, bro. And when you go away from
Mm-hmm.
your authentic self, it's never going to turn out right. And that's what I love about Rudy, bro. When no matter when he show up, I'm sure he like me. When people, man, I told you when you wake me up in the morning, bro, I got the same attitude I have before I
Yep.
went to sleep. I
We're
don't
just ready
wake
to
up
go.
angry. I'm not. I don't just. It's just not in me, right? I don't preserve that to say I can be angry or treat people a certain way because I just woke up. It's a conscience thing. It's conscience choice
Comes
to
back to that
treat people
mindset, having
with
that
love,
right
bro.
mindset
Yeah.
24/7.
And Rudy, he affects people with that, bro. I need you to really. I want in order. To, I want. I got to bring you out here so you can go and watch him with the community, from mayors and senators and governors and congressmen to to the woman that just lost her child to murder, to that child that lost her little brother to murder, and just the children, just the people, period, bro. Uh, yeah, he's God's child, bro. Uh, and I love to dance beside him, bro, because he's one to throw. He's like everyone that wanted to meet somebody. He's like, hey man, come here, Barbara Lee. Hey, I want you to meet my partner. I mean, give him a few minutes, man, and talk to him, and he'll spin off. You know what I mean? He's he want people to make those connections. He don't have a hater bone in his body, bro. That's what I love about it. That's why I said make him my twin, man. If I don't like you, I can't hate you. I hate on you,
Yep.
bro. I still wish you the best, bro. And only thing can come good from that is blessings, bro. That's why he's been around for 30 years and doing it for that long, because it's the God in him that's doing it, bro. And that's why I represent what he represents, because I understand it. I understand it on the same level, but I understand the grave importance of, especially in certain communities, bro. Because we all need something to, you know, to stand for. We all want to stand for
Yes.
something or represent something. And that's why we have neighborhoods, and that's why we have cliques, and that's why we have gangs, right? Because we want to be a part of something. But United Players is a way that we all can be a part of something together, because it's about togetherness of all the community and about taking care of these babies. So United Players allow Crips and Bloods and people from all walks of life to come together. That's why I bring all those different peoples to Rudy and introduce them to United Players, and even yourself. I,
Hmm.
I'm the only one he allows to make somebody, and to induct somebody into this family of United Players and giving them the gear and say, hey man, you can't be a United Player, because we check hearts, bro. We don't we not about numbers. That's and I honor him for allowing me to do what he does. Right, this is his organization, but he's saying, Dooney, I trust you enough that when you anoint somebody with this, he's not going to be out shooting somebody or robbing somebody or beating some woman up with United Players gear on.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like
100%, bro.
we're marking good people, bro, all across the world when we put United Players gear on and said they united in this movement, man, of love, bro, and peace for our children, bro, to stop the violence, bro. You know what I mean? To unify, bro. That's what United Players is, bro. But we do it all the way from the hood, bro. And it starts in the hood because that's where we at, bro.
As well said, bro. And it's always been a pure intention. And I know you enough to know that you're only going to fuck with people that are pure of heart. Rudy, getting to talk to him, I mean, in addition to what I've already known about him, or, how you've talked about him in the past, it's very evident that there's that pure heart and pure intent behind it, bro. And I think the more of being able to bring that together, you and I were talking about last week with respect to the authenticity. Authenticity will always win. It might not be the quickest route for some, but again, the dope thing when we talk about walking our path is not the same as somebody else's. Our path might take us somewhere. They might take us to the same place. It might take us a little longer. But again, what did we do to get there versus what that other person did to get there as well, right? It's different. It's a different formula. And I've always been a firm believer, and I know you are as well, that if your key ingredient is authenticity, you've already won, and you're gonna win. No different than Rudy was saying. Like, if you got that God in you, you got that higher power, that higher energy and frequency in you, you've already won, and you're gonna win, and you're gonna go to whatever your promised land is, whether you understand that to be your promised land or not. Um, and if the key ingredient is authenticity, right? Because it
Mm-hmm.
only becomes about sustainability, bro. So
Right.
nah, I think you put that perfectly. Well, we're gonna start winding down here, bro. Any final thoughts that you got for the outsiders today, from anything that we talked on or anything in general, bro? We outside. We can talk about whatever we want when we outside, bro. That's a beautiful thing.
Um, No, I just, I'm always gonna call upon my brothers, man, and my sisters to step up, man. More so, my brothers, man, because most sisters has been stepping up, and they shouldn't be having to lead anything, bro. So I'm asking my brothers to step up, man. Say something to somebody, man. Something good, man. Smile at somebody, man. Pass on some love, man. Pass on some knowledge. Give a child what you should have had, even if you didn't have it. Now you as an adult know what the child needs, right? Uh, I say have the courage, man, to love somebody outside of yourself, man. Love somebody you don't know, to care about somebody that needs that love, bro. Even if you didn't get it, give it, bro, and it'll return to you, bro. Uh,
Man, so very true.
Being out, man, outside, inside, stay loving, man. You know, uh, stay loving, stay passing it on, bro, and know that you're enough, right? Know that you're enough, man. Know that you have the ability to give love, and when you give it, you'll receive it in return.
Man, well said. I ain't even gonna add anything to that. That's the best way to go out. Everybody, we appreciate you tapping in with us today. Our conversation with Rudy C, aka Big Rut from the United Players. This, if you tapped in on a late start of the live cast itself, it's all good because it'll be available on YouTube basically as soon as I end the live stream. I also started the We Outside Network where this is going to be available on Twitch. So if y'all want to start following us on Twitch, trust me, y'all should start following us now because there's going to be more and dope things coming from that. And eventually that's going to be an exclusive part of where you can catch these live. So why don't you do yourselves the favor, go back and watch this full entire conversation and all of them that we have every single week, sometimes multiple times per week, about how we could make change in the community, how we could curb gun violence, of which takes 685 people every single day worldwide, and how we could bring mindset through the form of mental health awareness to the forefront of the conversation in a way that it's not. So this has been live. It'll be live on YouTube or available to you on YouTube as well as Twitch as soon as we're done with this. So tell somebody else, man, we're here to change the narrative. It does take a village. If y'all want to join the movement with us, whether it's United Players, it's Put the Guns Down, We Outside, there is strength in numbers, especially when there's pure intent. So respectfully, we only ask you to reach out to us if you're purely intentional with the reasoning for reaching out to us, because that's who we fuck with. People who are wanting to truly make a change. We don't care about image here. We're not about image here. We're about making a change for the future of our young kings and queens and doing what we can do now in the present breath and step that we do have. So typically we're out here Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Lots going on in the background. So Dooney, I appreciate your time as always. I appreciate your conversation. I appreciate your insights and everything that you bring, bro, especially that strong mindset, bro, because that has helped the best of them. So thank you. I
Man,
appreciate you. I will talk to you
likewise.
later. Everybody outside with us, this will be